A good evening to you all, and thank you for joining us here on Rwanda Television News tonight. We do hope you had yourselves a productive Tuesday. Now here's a sneak peek of our edition. 22 baby mountain gorillas will be named during the 21st edition of Kwitizina, scheduled for September 4th in Musanze district. As Rwandans prepare to be at the Rwanda Shimimana gathering on Sunday, some religious leaders say it is an opportunity to reflect on the work and miracles God has done for the country in various sectors, including development and security. We're glad to have your company tonight, coming to you straight from the heart of Africa, Kigali. My name is Martina Abera. Now, 22 baby mountain gorillas will be named during the 21st edition of Kwitizina, scheduled for September 4th in Musanze district. This year's Kwitizina will see over 10,000 attendees. We have more coming from Prince Manzi.
This was announced on Tuesday in a press conference on the preparations of the 21st edition of Kwitizina. The edition comes as Rwanda's tourism sector continues to grow. In 2025, Rwanda's national parks welcomed more than 150,000 visitors and generated $40.8 million in revenue. Volcanoes National Park alone generated $35.8 million, accounting for nearly 88% of the total revenues generated.
Conserving our biodiversity, our natural heritage, increases tourism incomes, but also directly, impacting on the communities adjacent. We also invest in 10% that goes direct to community projects. This is a direct benefit of the adjacent communities, but also to the country economy. This year or last year, tourism generated more than $668 million, and a big part of that actually comes from nature-based tourism, and that is national parks. So benefits are several folds, and we are yet to scale up with the establishment in place and the flexibility to implement, especially focusing on communities adjacent.
This year's Kwitizina is slated for September 4, 2026 in Kinigi, Musanze district, with a record of 10,000 attendees. Maurice Mugabwagahunde, the governor of the northern province, affirms that the Kwitizina impact is seen in various perspectives.
The impact of such events like Kwitizina, we can't measure them only in 1 or 2 years, because I think it will have an impact for long period. Now Rwanda is well known for its conservation policies. Through Kwitizina, many people have known what we are doing as a country for conservation, and every year we see that the number of our visitors is increasing. That's something we really appreciate, and that's the result from what we do every year. Second, when we started here, she had been mentioning our partners there. Every year we see that the number of our partners in organizing this is also increasing. That thanks to the good policy we have, that our partners are trusting what we do.
Since the first gorilla naming ceremony in 2005, up to 438 mountain gorillas have been named. This year's program will include a community project launch, international travel, media and trade familiarization trips, a conservation exhibition, gorilla trekking experiences, the naming ceremony and concerts. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Rwanda's ambassador to Russia, Major General Joseph Nzabamwita, has presented his credentials to Armenian President Vahag Khachaturian authorizing him to represent Rwanda in the country. Ambassador Nzabamwita thanked the Armenian president for the warm welcome and conveyed greetings from his Rwandan counterpart, President Paul Kagame. Speaking about relations between Rwanda and Armenia, President Kashatuyan noted that it is very important to strengthen relations between the two countries. He emphasized the need to continue and deepen political dialogue and to explore opportunities for strengthening bilateral cooperation in various sectors, particularly artificial intelligence, advanced technology, and innovation. He also highlighted cooperation within the International Organization of La Francophonie, as well as cooperation among landlocked countries. The Ministry of Defense and the Rwanda Defense Force have hosted a security briefing for defense attaché accredited to Rwanda, offering comprehensive updates on regional and international security dynamics, as well as ongoing RDF peace support operations. The session convened defense attaché and delegates representing a wide array of partner nations and international bodies, including Angola, Brazil, China, Denmark, Egypt, Germany, India, Japan, Jordan, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Senegal, Tanzania, Turkey, Uganda, the United Kingdom, the United States, and European Union. Organized as part of the Ministry of Defense's regular diplomatic engagement, the briefing provides an essential platform for information sharing, constructive dialogue, and the exchange of perspectives on developments affecting national, regional, and global security. Opening the session, Brigadier General Patrick Karuretwa, the Director General of International Military Cooperation and Defense spokesperson, welcomed the delegation and emphasized the value Rwanda places on open, consistent communication with the diplomatic defense community. The interactive forum allowed defense attaché to engage directly with Ministry of Defense and RDF representatives, deepening their understanding of Rwanda's operational priorities and strategic outlook on regional stability. The Ministry of Defense views the community of defense attaché accredited to Rwanda as vital partners in strengthening defense-to-defense relations, enhancing mutual trust, and advancing practical military cooperation between Rwanda and its international partners. The French justice system has definitively ruled that Rwanda national Cyprien Kayumba, who was a lieutenant colonel in the former Rwandan armed forces, should stand trial before court on charges related to the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. The decision was reached after the French Court of Cassation in July rejected Kayumba's appeal, seeking to prevent him from being prosecuted by the French justice system. He is accused of being responsible for procuring weapons during the genocide against the Tutsi, with prosecutors arguing that he was at the forefront of the genocide activities. Moving ahead, members of Catholic Church-affiliated non-governmental organizations during a visit to the Mutobo Demobilization and Reintegration Center were told on Monday that there are areas where they could provide support, including housing for some families returning from the forests of Congo. The organizations say they were deeply moved by the living conditions of former members of armed groups and that the time had come to take action. The Catholic Church-affiliated NGOs were briefed on the activities carried out there, including helping former soldiers reintegrate into civilian life, among them those who have left armed groups such as the FDLR and its affiliated groups. After hearing testimonies from former members of armed groups, the NGOs said they would do everything possible to determine what assistance they could provide. Marlène Maskli, the country director of Trocare in Rwanda and leader of the delegation, said they were prepared to provide livelihood support as well as education to help those returning from the forests avoid genocide ideology.
Program in Rwanda is one one goal only, and that is to support the government of Rwanda in its development objectives, all of the ambitions. And unity and reconciliation is definitely one of the important pillars of our work. So what I have witnessed today in Mutobo, the Center for Demobilization and Reintegration, is that an immense work is being carried out by the Commission for helping so many men, women, and the children that are accompanying their parents, coming here, coming back to their home country. So for us as Stroke Rwanda and our sister agencies share that same thought, is that we would love to contribute to all the support that is being given to all these families that are coming back to their home country, to be able to reintegrate, to be able to get away from all of the negativities, from all of the poisonous thoughts that they have been encountered with, so that they can contribute also as proud Rwandan citizens to the development gains of this country.
Those returning from the forests of Congo after leaving armed groups say the assistance they need should focus on helping them become self-reliant, along with providing basic necessities, since some arrive without anything at all. The Demobilization and Reintegration Commission says there are many areas in which these organizations could support them if they commit to providing assistance. Valerie Nyirahabineza, who heads the commission, said that in addition to helping returnees find housing, one of the key forms of assistance these organizations should provide is helping them access education. So far, according to the Demobilization and Reintegration Commission, 16 NGOs have visited the Commission, 9 of which have already started providing assistance to those returning from the forests of Congo after leaving armed groups. All 7 of the NGOs that visited the Commission on Monday are affiliated with the Catholic Church. Now, as Rwandans prepare to be at the Rwanda Shimimana gathering on Sunday, some religious leaders say it is an opportunity to reflect on the work and miracles God has done for the country in various sectors, including development and security. They say that over the past 32 years, Rwanda has made significant progress that gives people reason to be grateful. This was highlighted by Ndayizeye Isai, the pastor of ADEPER, who said that no one can fail to appreciate the progress Rwanda has made.
Usubije amaso inyuma y'imyaka 32 tumaze igihugu cyacu.
Looking back over the past 32 years, as our country has been on a journey of rebuilding the peace and security we have, as Rwandans should encourage us to come together and thank God. We should thank God for being with us and for giving us peace and security. You remember that there were different times when Rwanda faced threats from many countries, and we prayed. When we pray, God hears us and raises among us people who use their different talents to accomplish good things for Rwanda. Therefore, taking time to thank God that we are at peace and that we can sleep peacefully at night is a calling that we should all recognize as very important.
At the gathering, which will be held at Amahoro Stadium, Ndayizeye Isai also said it will be an opportunity to thank God for giving Rwanda leadership with a vision that puts the country's development at the forefront. On that note, we've come to the end of tonight's English News Bulletin. Thank you for sticking with us on behalf of the news production team and the technical team. My name is Martina Avera, and until next time, stay safe and have a good night.